Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new video and a brand new series for the new year. I hope you had all a good Christmas and a good holidays. I'm back for business now, and I could have used an open for business pun there, but I missed my opportunity. But we are back with a tier maker list of the expansion packs for The Sims 1. It's all 7 expansion packs. We're rating them from like best to worst, kind of a thing, but I'm just doing the simple S to D tier. This is my list. I'll be leaving it in the description below. Click on it, do your own list, send it on to me, tweet it at me, at Peter Klein Jr., because I'd actually love to see your guys' opinions as well. Now, this is just my opinion on what I think is like the better expansion pack and the worst expansion pack. It is The Sims 1. There's no bad expansion packs here, so there's not going to be any D games. But you never know. So we're starting it off with The Sims Living It Up. Although over in Ireland we call it Living Large, I think, when it came out. Yeah, it was Living Large. And even Vacation, we call that on holiday over here. We're so cool. But Living It Up, or Living Large, kind of just brought in new items, new characters. Some characters that still go to this day. Servo, Tragic Clown was in this game. If you had a sad sim, wasn't it? Or an unsocial sim. Looking at the painting, Tragic Clown would show up. He's actually kind of really irritating. Santa Claus was in this, I think. Yeah, he would have been. If you left cookies near a Christmas tree, Santa could have popped up. You had some like wacky items. The genie lamp was in this game. If you look at the cover art, it kind of all comes back to you. The genie lamp was a great one. But most importantly, this is the game where the Grim Reaper first came into The Sims. The Grim Reaper was never in the original Sims game. Now, in terms of like the rest of the expansion packs in the Sims series, all I'm going to say right now is I don't know where I'm going to put this. I think I'm going to hang it around B. It's a good expansion pack, although I do feel like it should be A, but I might change this. The same with House Party as well. We might come back to these at the end when we kind of get through the list. But it was just a fun, like literally this was just an expansion pack. It was just add in an extra few things, clothing, NPCs, items. It's not like expansion packs as you know them today. It was very, very minimal, but there was some fun, cool stuff that you could have for your game in this. It also brought in 5 new jobs: the musician, the paranormal one, which was a weird one, slacker, hacker, and journalism. Journalism was actually a good one, to be honest. Not that you've seen him doing the job, but it did bring in some good money. But like, I didn't really care for the jobs. I was like 5 at the time, and Rosebud was my way to go. So we move on to House Party, the second expansion pack for The Sims 1. And as the name entails, this was all house party stuff. Now, see, Living It Up and House Party kind of mingle in here with the same kind of thing, right? You obviously, with each expansion pack, you get new clothes for your Sims and all that stuff. Expansion pack for House Party, that was the wrong way around, I said that. But the House Party expansion pack brought kind of like, new wave kind of furniture and items. It brought in Western, like, couches and stuff, I remember, and the tiki stuff, which is kind of weird for a house party, but whatever, it works. It was actually cool furniture back in them games. You had new NPCs, you had entertainers, like either a guy, if you got the big cake, someone would pop out of a cake. But if you had a kid at home, a gorilla used to pop out of the cake, because it used to be like these sexy dancers and things, which was really weird. But then again, I was like 5 or 6 or something, I don't know. You had the mime, should I say, not mime, mime. You didn't like him, I wasn't a fan of him. There was the ghost, when you can tell camp stories. Now, I only encountered him once or twice. I can't really remember him. But if you tell a story around the campfire, he showed up. Which, they had this kind of trend with NPCs in the games, which was kind of really cool back then. These random characters, Servo went on, obviously, for a good few games. The Grim Reaper is a thing in Sims games now. The Genie hasn't been around much. There was the zombie in Living It Up Large too, with the chemistry set. I forgot about that. But House Party for me was a great way. You throw a big massive party, you spend all your money on these crazy new items, and that was it. That was the height of it just kind of died. It got boring after a while, but for now, I think it's B as well, which is a little bit sad, but yeah, we'll move on though. The Sims 1 Hot Date. Now, this is like where I think the Sims team kind of sat down and were like, our games are getting big. We need to put more into our expansion packs. This is the first game where we got like another place to go within the game, like another neighborhood. We got to go to the downtown area on the map when you ring your taxi, and you'd go down, and there was like loads of restaurants and stuff down there. But this game kind of focused on giving that better feeling to having friendships and relationships with people. It brought in like over like 30 or 40 new interactions with Sims, and it also brought in the three strikes you're out rule system, where if you annoy the Sim after like 3 bad interactions, they'd ignore you or they'd slap you or something. But I remember when I got the chance, when we installed this, and remembered like going to a different part in this Sims neighborhood, because all you had was just the one neighborhood in the original game. Living It Up actually brought in neighborhood 2. But Hot Date, it was just so cool going to a new place. It was just like opening up something bigger, and I do really like it. But in terms of like, but they had some cool items in it. Obviously, they're all like love themed items, and that's fair enough. But I do feel like the items that in House Party and Living It Up are better than it. But the Sims Hot Date, I think, kind of gave the groundwork for the Sims team, or EA Maxis, to start making bigger things, and then they moved on from it. It was a great expansion pack. Mrs. Crumpled Bottle came into this game. Crumpled Bottom. Personally, an irritating NPC, but a good one. A good treasure to the Sims franchise. You had entertainers and your waitresses and waiters in your restaurants. It was just such a crazy thing to experience. Again, it died down after a while, but it also brought in something that's in all Sims games now, the lifetime friendship bar. So in the original, like in the first 3 games, you only had that one friendship bar. Then it brought in this second friendship bar. I can remember the loading screen music of this one clearly. The soundtrack was like jazzy, and it kind of got me into jazz, and and it just get good vibes off this. It's a good game, and without this here, without that expansion pack, we don't know how like the whole friendship system in The Sims would have went. This was a staple. This was like the going forward for it, so I do have to put it in the A category. Now we get on to The Sims Vacation, or On Holiday as I knew it growing up. And remember what I was saying about like when we went in Hot Date, we got that whole like new neighborhood experience of going somewhere else. Vacation took it to a whole new level. Now, a little bit of a backstory. I got introduced to The Sims from my cousins Owen and John. They used to live over in England at the time, and they came over. I don't know what time of the year it was, but they came over one time. They were in Granny and Granddad's, and it showed myself, my brother, and my sister the original Sims games, and that's how we got into The Sims. They came over on holidays a while later, and they already had The Sims Vacation on it, and I didn't know it was out at this time, and I remember seeing it. I fell in love with this expansion pack. It was so cool. Now, initially I thought that there's 3 different vacation parts in this game. There's a snowy part, a beach part, and a forest part. But I thought it'd all be like separate neighborhoods, but it's actually all in one neighborhood. And I don't care. It actually worked out really well. You're in with the one neighborhood. You got to pick what area you wanted to go. But it brought in so much fun things. And it kind of like got rid of that like hecticness in The Sims sometimes, where you're like, I need to make money, I need to send my child to school. So do clean the house. And it just brought everything nice, relaxed, and chilled. A great ton of different items came into this game for kind of all the different teams. But I think the really, really fun things that I can just remember off the top of my head was like the play fishing, archery, snowboarding, building snowmen. You could have tents in the forest areas. You could build sandcastles. There was just so much to do in it, and it's actually so good. Going back and playing the game, you're like, whoa! You're like, there's so much going on here. Like, this time I'll go on my vacation, I'll go to the forest section, or I'll go to the snowy section, or I'll go to the beach. they really stepped it up with expansion packs here, and I've got nothing but good memories here. For me, on holiday, vacation, has to be S tier. The Sims Unleashed. There's not saying anything, like, you can't, there's nothing bad to say about this game. Remember when we installed it first and you got into the neighborhood? Next thing, your neighborhood was like this size, was now like bang, huge, more neighborhood. They expanded Pleasant View. And not only that, cats and dogs. You could have pets in your Sims game, and they were so good. Just creating your own dog in the game and going around with it. They brought in gardening in this game too, which was just fantastic. But there was so much going on here. They expanded on the lore of Sims stories. Mortimer Gott's mother and father in the game somewhere, and other kind of relations to other people and stuff like that. So, you know, that kind of lore came into The Sims 2 heavily, but they started kind of developing more in background stories of each kind of family in the game. It was pretty cool. More jobs came into this game. You could join the circus. I think you become a teacher in this game, the education career, and culinary arts came in this one, which is kind of strange. Thinking about that now, that culinary arts came like really far into the kind of Sims 1 game line. As I said, the expansion that was into the map, the neighborhood, was Old Town. For some strange reason, I have a lot of memories of the graveyard in that place, the pet cemetery, which is kind of strange, but whatever. I must have got good kicks out of it. There is one thing that really kind of cheesed me off sometimes, and that was El Bandito, the raccoon. He was annoying. This brings us on to The Sims Superstar, where you could get your sim to become a celebrity. Now, I remember initially when it came out first, I wasn't too mad about it. Unleashed and Vacation were my way to go. But, another bit of a backstory here. My original computer had some issues. We lost the Sims 1 game, and the only expansion pack we had at the time was The Sims Superstar. So I was literally just stuck with the original base game of The Sims, well, the deluxe edition, so it was Living It Up, House Party, The Sims 1, and Superstar. So at one stage, I just played the shit out of this. And I actually kind of, when you got really into it, it actually was really entertaining. You could become a supermodel, a singer, or an actor. The acting one was so fun. Just being on the sets was just so cool. I loved building lots. I loved like building like film lots. Building my own sets on them and different things. That was cool. The singing career was a good one. I actually really like when you're really bad. When you start off being a singer. People like, other Sims like boo at you on the stage and everything like that. The modelling, never really did that one, so that's something actually I need to check out. But this actually brought in actual celebrities into the game. Oh damn, who was in it? Bon Jovi was in it. Wasn't Christina Aguilera in it? I thought Marilyn Monroe was in it, yeah. Avril Lavigne. Jesus. This game brought in the skydiving simulator thing, which I'd always buy and shove it in my back garden and throw my Sims in it and just watch them just flying up on it like that. It brought like loads of like spa treatment stuff, like the mud bath, which is kind of actually really cool design. Smoothies were in the game and stuff like that as well. It kind of brought in kind of like fancy kind of stuff, but there's some really good build buy items in it. It also obviously brought in another neighborhood, Studio Town, and you can go around here, different places. Like there was like 2 karaoke bars, film sets, modeling places, which I think had like you could buy clothes there too. I'm not 100% sure on that actually, because as I said, I never really got into it, but it was a good game. I didn't initially know where to put this, but I've played it so much, it has to be an S, because it's actually a really good expansion pack. You can get your sim to become a celebrity tier sim, and you could have like paparazzi coming around and taking pictures of you all the time, obsessed fans running over to you and screaming at you. It was just wacky. Now we get on to The Sims Making Magic. Actually, wait, no we're not. Now we get on to The Sims Making Magic. Now when this game came out first, I didn't get the chance to play it. We just never got it. And we actually moved on to The Sims 2 at that stage then. So I didn't play this until later years. And when I say later years, I mean like in the past like 5-6 years. But I remember when it did come out first and I seen things in magazines and stuff, I was like, this is really weird. This is a really weird move. What are they doing? They're ruining the game. It brought in magic into the game and spells. Now, if you have the Unleashed expansion pack installed along with making magic, you got a special spell to turn... You could turn your pet into a human sim. And if you had Superstar installed, you could have a spell that price up your fame. It'd give you like 4.5 stars out of the 5 stars that you needed or something like that, which was really powerful spells. I remember when you loaded up your game first, like a new game earlier, just when you installed it, a guy with the pink jacket would show up as one of the NPCs, and he would leave a package for you, and that'd have like all your magic stuff, the hole in the ground, cauldrons, beehives, the butter, well not the butter churn, but these are one of the items you can get in the game. There's spell books in the game, obviously. And then there was the neighborhood Magic Town, which was just completely crazy looking to me when I initially seen it first. It is a good expansion pack. I still feel like I don't fully 100% have played it like completely. There's just parts in it I'm just like, I don't know. This, like, it's a strange one for me. The Sims 3 Supernatural for me, I'm telling you right now, is one of the best Sims games, expansion packs ever. But I'd put this in the A tier. I never felt it was good as Vacation, Unleashed, and Superstar. They just brought The Sims to a whole different level. This, Making Magic, brought it to a different level, kind of on the same level, but you could do some cool things with it. But I kind of, the novelty of it kind of ran out a little bit. Now, looking at the list, am I happy with it? I'm happy where House Party is. Living it up, I need to put Living it up to an A. It makes sense, actually. Now that I think about it, it does make sense. House Party, don't get me wrong, is still a great game. But without Living it up, we wouldn't have anything that followed after it in terms of, you know, characters and items and what players kind of really like. But there's some memorable characters in that game. Zombie, Servo, the Genie, Tragic Clown. That's kind of where The Sims kind of got that quirkiness from. But anyways, guys, that is my list. I do feel a little bit bad about House Party being there. But as I said, the novelty of that really runs out. Yeah. So, I'm leaving the link in the description below. Click on it. Fill it out yourself. Tweet it at me. You can see at Peter Klein Jr. down there in the bottom left there. And I will go through it and have a look at your list. I want to see, will there be a similar connection here? In terms of our opinions. I just want to see, like, it's a social experiment, let's just say. But anyways, guys, you can let me know in the comment section below either if it's just easier. You could do that too. That would make sense too. But thank you so much for watching. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I shall see you guys next time.